This wasn't a peaceful protest. Don't you ever call it that. It was a group of extremists who were determined to disrupt the government of the United States.
Well, I thought it was outrageous. Something I would have never expected to see happen in the United States of America.
Lawmakers from the bi-state sounding off about the mob that breached the Capitol Hill. They are agreeing the rioters were in the wrong, but they differ on who all played a role in inciting the crowd. Republican Senator Roy Blunt and Democratic Illinois Senator Dick Durbin say President Trump's words stoked the fires of division on Capitol Hill.
But they don't agree on if Senator Josh Hawley is also to blame. News 4's Russell Kinsall is downtown explaining what the two believe should happen next. Russell?
Well, Republican Senator Roy Blunt and Democratic Senator Dick Durbin had very different thoughts on the issue of whether to try to impeach President Trump before the end of his term. They had differing reactions when I asked them about Senator Josh Hawley. But you could say there was bipartisan agreement on the impact of the president's words. Republican Missouri U.S. Senator Roy Blunt said he was outraged by the attack on the Capitol and said President Trump bears some responsibility for the events and should have known his words could have consequences.
When you unleash certain forces or put certain circumstances together, everybody has a responsibility to think about how does this, what might happen as a result of this.
Democratic Illinois U.S. Senator Dick Durbin said the connection between the president's words and the chaos was very clear.
Their attack came not spontaneously, but after they were whipped into a frenzy by the President of the United States of America with his disinformation, who gave them instructions to march on the United States Capitol.
Blunt said there's not enough time to impeach the president, and any talk of it won't help bring the parties together under the new administration. Here's his response when I ask about invoking the 25th Amendment to remove the president.
Well, on the 25th Amendment, I think people should feel good about the vice president's behavior this week. The vice president's would be critically important there. I think a lot of this is just pure political talk.
I asked Senator Blunt about calls for fellow Republican Senator Josh Hawley to resign.
Of course, he shouldn't resign.
Senator Durbin reacted to the photo of Hawley outside with a fist raised to show his solidarity with protesters who later assaulted the Capitol.
Senator Hawley went out and gave a clenched fist encouragement to these mobs and rioters. That is really inexcusable. He certainly needs to answer to the people of Missouri for his poor judgment.
Durbin went on the record yesterday saying that he supports the attempt to invoke the 25th Amendment to remove the president or impeaching the president. Live downtown, Russell Kinsall, News 4.
Durbin and Blunt join other local lawmakers condemning the Capitol Hill mob, as well as some colleagues. Missouri 1st District Representative Cori Bush tweets, "Expel the Republican members of Congress who incited the white supremacist attempted coup." And Illinois U.S. Senator Tammy Duckworth says, quote, "My deepest condolences to the family of U.S. Capitol Police officer and fellow veteran Brian Sicknick, who was killed defending the constitutional order against the Trump-incited mob of insurrectionists who must bring all involved and all who contributed to his death to justice."
One Missouri lawmaker tonight is doubling down on a push to rename a stretch of road in Jefferson County after President Trump. A bill from Republican State Representative Mary Elizabeth Coleman would rename part of I-55 and Arnold Donald J. Trump Highway. It would run from Highway 141 to Richardson Road. In a new statement tonight, Coleman blasted Wednesday's Capitol Hill violence, but says it doesn't change her position. She says, quote, "President Trump should be honored for his accomplishments over the last 4 years."